Phil had kind of a teddy bear with ink thing going. The girls all saw it and liked it, and the point is we all liked it. We enjoyed him so much while he was among us, and now we miss him like mad, more than we can express. I think it's fair to say that Phil warmed to the TV thing. He was a bit of a ham. He was not at all shy, and he had a natural flair for the dramatic. But the one thing that I really admired about Phil is that through all of it, he managed to stay himself. He was himself always. Phil was never out of character. He was a fisherman first and foremost, skipper of the Cornelia Marie. He did it like he was born to it up until the end, and you have to admire that. You just have to.
I gave him his last 100-mile-an-hour ride on his motorcycle the day of his memorial. A couple days prior to that, I gave him a ride in his own Corvette, 192 miles an hour. He was thrilled.
I summed Phil up as a guy that came out into the world, grabbed it by the balls, and made him go his way. That's the kind of guy he was. And the only sentimental thing I have to say is to Grant, you were a great dad to him. You did a good job. He's a hell of a guy.
Nobody should feel sorry for Phil because he lived 20 lives in his span. He really filled it up with good times. And more importantly, he cared about people. He cared about his fans, he cared about his family, and he cared about his friends. He considered the crab fishing community his family. He was never so happy as when Jacob and Josh were out there fishing with him.
I'll never forget the day I'm sitting in that bay and I'm listening to Phil Harris talk about the fact that he's the greatest fisherman in the world because he has a better sense of smell than anybody else. I'm going, what are you talking about? What's he talking about? Fart bubbles. I can smell a crab fart bubble from 100 meters away. I thought he was serious. I'm calling scientists. I'm calling producers. This is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. After 6 years, I've been in this business. 11 years I've been following these guys. I never heard of fart bubbles. That was Phil.